passes and a better tempo. Shandong, I like it when they're a little bit more direct, using their physicality. I do feel that Shandong gets stronger and stronger. So Buriram, you have to really have to make things count. What they're waiting for.
Talking about count, I don't think they have enough players on the pitch at the moment. Trying to get 11 guys on the field.
Yep, they will need the full 11, I think, to get a positive result here.
Jay Simpson, the final one to make it into that huddle, and you were fairly impressed with him.
I was. He looked lively. He didn't get a lot of support in the first half. Didn't get a lot of good ball to feet, but he made some fantastic runs. I think the chance that got put on a plate for him really in the first half. I'd like to see him be more positive. Really go at the Shandong defence. It was one-on-one really, and he has got bags of pace. We know that. Jay Simpson, the former England under-18 international.
Another player who impressed us, but perhaps not in the right area of the pitch, was Wagner Love, and that was coming back to help in defence for a bit.
Oh, it was great to see. It was great to see your marquee foreign import, your foreign striker, who's had a terrific career, if not winning silverware, earning lots and lots of money when he comes to the other side of the world. Chilly conditions, especially for a Brazilian, working really hard to come and defend and work hard for the cause for his team.
To be fair, he has been in Moscow for a long time, so this is positively paradise for him in terms of weather.
I bet he's not wearing gloves, is he, Wagner Love? You see some of the Thai boys doing.
Yes, chilly conditions in China at the moment. In Jinan, Shandong play. And there's Kuka, the Brazilian coach, as well. Fans in the house. Wearing their orange kit.
Does it look like it's filled up a bit more than the first half?
Yeah, a little bit later in the day now. The kickoff did kick off at 3:30 local time in the afternoon. Slightly bizarre when you think about it. And Pohang Steelers playing Cerezo Osaka at 7:30 local time. So a big difference in the two times. No rule, of course, that they have to kick off at exactly the same time, obviously. Still,
I have to say, if it was going to kick off in the evening, it could have been very chilly.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
And the Chinese Super League will be starting very shortly as well. In fact, most of the big East Asian League J-League starts this weekend. Looking forward to that. We just spoke about how Cerezo Osaka in this group have scored the coup of signing on Diego Forlan, the Uruguayan striker. Bought him from Internacional, of course, formerly from Manchester United.
Sevilla.
Made his big name in Sevilla rather than England. And of course, he is also in the Uruguayan squad for the World Cup at the age of 35.
Well, this is what I was saying. It's such a big coup, because not are they getting a big name foreign striker that's just on the downturn. He's still very much in the goals and in decent form. For a national side, that's very dangerous. Whoever, I don't know what group they're in the World Cup, I can't think, but they're going to be a force. One with Suarez as well, haven't they? Who's in decent nick himself.
So Buriram will want to up their game a little bit, as John Wilkinson pointed out, playing perhaps within themselves at the moment.
Certainly more in the tank of Buriram, I have to say. I think both these sides have got a lot more to offer than they showed in the first half. But then again, it's still very early stages, both their respective domestic leagues. Shandong yet to play a match, and as you said, Shez, Buriram only one game, which they won, right?
3-0 against Songkhla United from the south. Buriram expected to do well. Of course, they won the treble last season, and only Chonburi ahead of them in the league. Of course, it is early days.
Again, you mentioned in the first half, Chonburi not qualifying for AFC Champions League proper. surprised. I actually fancied them to do well, Chonburi.
That does mean they will put themselves possibly in pole position for the AFC Cup as well.
I would like to see them have a really good run in the AFC and kind of get in between the Middle Eastern teams, you know, the likes of the Jordanian sides that have done very well. It's about time a Southeast Asian side really stood up and got, you know, be counted. Chonburi did decent a couple of years ago.
Yeah, the AFC Cup tends to be the domain of the West Asian clubs, whereas the AFC Champions League seems to be pretty much dominated by the East Asian clubs.
Well, yeah, it's the AFC Cup, which is a competition I'm a big fan of. Played in it lots of times. It's more for the developing Asian countries. It's a great competition to play in.
Get to travel to places as far-flung as the Maldives.
Yeah.
You get to go to Bangladesh, India. There's all sorts of interesting places to travel to, John.
Yeah, you mentioned playing in the Maldives. That's difficult. Not just in, not particularly in the opposition that you have, but just trying to concentrate. The place which is so stunning, so beautiful.
And I hear the crowds are absolutely vociferous, aren't they? They're just fanatical over there.
Oh yeah, and you're playing in Mali, the capital, of course, and they have that stadium now. I forget the name of it, but it's like a lower division stadium in the UK. The fans are right on top of you.
Packed houses.
Packed houses every game. Yeah, every game I've played there. Nice and noisy. The noise really stays in the stadium. You know, it's like 4 sheds all the way around the pitch. Usually absolutely roasting hot. And we've all got suntans as well from tanning ourselves the day before in training.
But that's interesting you say that, because you compare this with, say, the Jinan Olympic Sports Centre, and it's a totally different scenario. This is they call it the Olympic Sports Centre. It's huge. It's got a running track around it. And as impressive as a venue as it is, you know, it's not a football-specific venue, which means you're quite far removed from that pitch, aren't you?
Yeah, well,
it's a different atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a completely different atmosphere, and it seems like you've kind of got, as a player, you've kind of got to get yourself really up for this game. You can't rely on the 12th man, which is your home support. Very different. If you look at the J-League, the Japanese stadiums, going and playing over there. A lot of the stadiums, big stadiums, but they're great because there's no running track. They're football specific. That's what it was like playing in Shanghai, football specific stadium. Wonderful, wonderful experience. Crowd right on top of you.
I love trying to play in the strike partner there. Well, there was one incident in the first half where John Wilkinson felt there could have been a shout for a penalty. In fact, he did feel a bit of sympathy there for the Shandong players.
I think it was Carmelo, was it? I think it could have been Carmelo that... Montillo, sorry. It was Montillo. I really... If it was given, I could have understood why. Let's leave it at that, shall we say. It's... yeah, I think that was the real opportunity for Shandong. Haven't been any clear-cut chances so far.
The intensity we saw in the last 15 minutes of that first half hasn't quite carried over into the second just yet. It's taken a little while to get going in the second half. Kind of reminds me of the start of the first half. It was a bit cagey. Oh, the right kind of touch, and it could have been interesting for Carmelo, who's still on the ball here. Tried to play in Anowin. Anowin again now. Saved by Wang Dale. We got shot away to Buriram.
Oh, I think there was an opportunity. I'd like to see it again. The first opportunity to Carmelo. This is the second passage of play.
Comes at a nice height though for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, you should expect him to deal with that comfortably. But Carmelo had an opportunity. I know the ball bounced up in front of him. It just wouldn't sit nicely for him. But he could have, if he could have just nodded it into the path of Jay Simpson. That's the pattern of play at the moment. It's just that final ball, that cutting edge, just lacking. Not just for Buriram, but for Shandong as well a few times.
Of course, it's such a tight group, and very difficult for us at these early stages to call the two two teams to go through. We had a discussion about that in the first half. The draw here, the other two sides will be loving it.
Yeah, I feel this is such a strong group that every point's going to count. I feel Shandong will get stronger and stronger. They have a big squad, some quality.
Yeah, it is on them, isn't it, John?
It really is. It really is. They've really got to take the game to Buriram, I feel. Like I said earlier, I don't feel that Buriram will be looking just for the point.
Trying to slip that through. Oh, he's given a penalty.
Oh,
and it looked like the ball.
Now,
there was contact with the ball. Suri Suka.
Oh, I think Suri gets the ball. Not for me. Now, is the referee trying to make up for the decision that he didn't give in the first half?
Well, there's total...
Oh, it's not Suri.
Chutong's been given the foul.
Oh, I don't think Chutong made much contact at all. I really don't.
Well, really controversial moment here in the game as the Iranian referee Fagani Alireza has awarded a penalty, carded Chutong. Both of us are sort of looking at each other here, John.
Well, I just wonder, Shez, at half-time he's gone in, and has he looked at that incident in the first half? Has he looked at the incident in the first half where Montiel was brought down? Now, I find that a strange one for me. He wasn't in a position to really make that call, I don't feel. He was at a difficult angle to see.
Now, can Aloisio put this away and give the home side a contentious lead here? Suwarak has had precious little to do in this game. Can he be the hero here for his side and vindicate the team?
Oh my goodness me.
The football gods have perhaps balanced things out here, because it was a contentious penalty and that was an awful spot kick taken by Aloisio.
You saw what it meant, the relief on the Buriram players celebrating as if they scored a goal. And I just wonder, why didn't Magnolov take it? He's been on penalties throughout his career.
There was a moment where he looked like he was going to step up.
Oh,
big divot.
Oh, he slipped, didn't he? The pitch is not his friend. My goodness.
Well, it hasn't been played on for a while, John. I wonder whether it's been totally prepared for the season. Questions to be asked of that. Someone is going to get into big trouble, I think.
Well, I think the Shandong groundsman, he's going to go missing for a while.
So Suri Suka has also got yellow card now, obviously, but not both of them couldn't have been booked for that offence. It could have been something he said afterwards, but well, that letter of the law, John, if that was a penalty, which it was obviously given, then by law that should be a red card, shouldn't it? A sending off.
I'm not sure, because there was two players around him. I think he had a lot to do. I think Montiel had a lot to do to score from there. It wasn't quite one-on-one. A clear-cut opening. I'd like to see that again, because for me, it's a very harsh decision. And
perhaps justice served them.
Perhaps.
Well, it keeps it interesting. They'll feel vindicated, as we said, the Thai team, but also will be a warning shot for them, because they have failed consistently to clear their lines. Now, another yellow card for Tiraton. That's 3 yellow cards in as many minutes. Just wonder if there's been a lot of back chat. It seemed there were a lot of players surrounding the referee earlier.
Well, I have to say, Buriram, as good as their first 11 are, they do actually have probably one of the smaller squads.
This could be the opening goal then. Wonderful save from Suwarak, who did just enough. And that's twice now. Aloisio perhaps should have scored.
Oh, great opportunity for Aloisio to really vindicate himself.
Delightful ball.
It just wouldn't sit down for him, would it? It wouldn't come down for him. It was a great ball. What a terrific ball from Vagnolov.
It's 2 opportunities in as many minutes now for Shandong Luneng.
Shandong not kicking the ball out for Buriram. With a player down injured. Don't have to, of course. Something as an ex-player, I really did get my goat a little bit when the opposition would go down injured and they expect you to kick it out every time. I prefer that to be left up to the referee.
Especially when a number of players simply do that, obviously, to try and stop play, don't they?
Yeah. Different, of course, head injury. But as players, I think, speak for most of them when they say that they just like to leave that up to the referee.
Well, they can't be very happy at the moment. A missed penalty and then another golden opportunity not taken, both by the same man. They're walking on a tightrope at the moment, Buriram.
I'm just trying to catch my breath a little bit as the game has really opened up now. The tempo has got a lot quicker as it threatened to in the latter stages of the first half. It really is anybody's game. Both teams playing the role well.
So just on the hour or so, somehow remains goalless in this match. The Jinan Olympic Sports Centre, so open. Shandong, though, will be kicking themselves. They've had it served up to them on a plate, not taking their 2 chances. Morano, possibly one of the quieter of the forward players. Done well there. Around this time, of course, start looking at your bench to see who can come on and change things. For Shandong, of course, it's the Mercurial Hanpeng forward. They've got a couple of other strikers, Wu Xingshan and Liu Binbin, and Ao Junmin. They've got 5 forwards, in fact, on their bench. Zhao Mingtian as well, on paper at least. For Buriram, we've got Sharil Yannick Chapuis, Adisak Kraison and Kittipong. So options are plenty for both sides.
I do feel, though, we're looking at Buriram just racking up a few yellow cards. Going to pay for that in the latter stages of the group stage of the AFC Champions League. Because as good as their first 11 are, they do have a rather small squad. They don't have the same kind of quality in reserve that some of the Chinese sides, Japanese, Korean sides have.
It's just resources, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Kuka, the coach from Shandong, had said, this is not a normal match for me. The ACL, the Champions League, very important. It was just when I brought Atletico Mineiro to play Copa Libertadores. We have to win it. Remember, they were an unfancied side, apart from having a certain Ronaldinho in their ranks. Right, love. Half a chance there for him.
That was better play from Shandong. You see what I mean when they play it a little bit more direct. They're getting the ball into the box. Buriram 6s and 7s at times, and Wagner Love just got in between the Buriram defence. If you take a look at Wagner Love, he's trying to get nice and close to Aloisio. He's just playing off him. He's just playing in that whole role. So the attacking midfielder, forward type role. Don't usually associate with Wagner Love. Usually he plays on the shoulder of the defender, or he has done throughout his career. He's changed the role as he's gone on in years a little bit. He's playing a little bit, coming a little bit deeper.
It's interesting that the man who scored the goals, 50-50, Simpson! On target, keeper bats it away. Good chance there for Buriram. We've been on the back foot a little bit. Another great ball in. Beautiful shape on that cross. That's better from the Thai side.
It's a shame we didn't see the build-up from Buriram. We were watching the replay. Jay Simpson just weaving through. Just received a quick pass from a free kick. Dribbling through. Jay Simpson looking dangerous, looking lively. Should he have done better, though?
Chances at both ends now. This game will open up as we progress. Remember, early season, pre-season, in fact, for Turkey side, Shandong, who haven't played a domestic match yet. And I was about to say that the 3-0 win over Songkhla United last week for Buriram, 2 of those goals came from Javier Patino, the Philippine international, who incredibly has not been named in the Champions League squad. Remember, as you said earlier, 4 allowed in the Champions League, and so they had to obviously pick and choose who to put in. They felt that they had enough going forward, so Patino was the man who was sacrificed. Always a tough call, those sort of things, aren't they?
It's tough. I mean, they're foreigners, as I mentioned at the start of the game. They've got, in their squad, they've got some really good foreigners. I'm looking at Leandro Torres as well, 25-year-old Argentinian midfielder, very complete midfielder, playing a defensive role or an attacking, naturally more attacking role as well. David Rochella, Manuel Redondo, it's a terrific left back, nice and lively, lots of experience. Manuel Redondo, Spanish 29-year-old.
Patino would be absolutely gutted because I don't think there have been too many Filipinos who played their trade before in the Champions League.
Oh, that's a good point. I can't think of. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of any.
Simpson turns and shoots. Still in that central role, perhaps not best suited to him. But it's going now, one end to the other. The crowd trying to play their part as well. Space opening up in midfield. Here's Simpson. Going forward is Anowin. On this right-hand side, Carmelo. See what he was trying to do there, Jakapan. That's really well done by Tiraton.
It's nice from Tiraton, nice little pirouette. Just got overexcited. You see when Buriram attacking, it's all a little bit too predictable. They get in the final third, they get it out wide. Just slinging pretty much an aimless cross in. More hopeful than anything. Weren't doing that when I was watching them play in this competition last year. They were attacking from different angles, creating triangles all over the pitch. Certainly weren't giving the ball away so comfortably as that.
There's a foul on Bagnalov, and there will be a substitution made right now.
Bagnalov shaking his head. Wanted the yellow card for Jakapan. See Vagnalov. Is that Suchao coming off?
Yeah, Suchao Nutnam, the captain, who is being sacrificed here. I just wonder, will be... Well, we'll see the intentions here of the coach.
He's disappointed, doesn't he, Suchao? Lovely fella. Lovely, humble fella. Good player as well.
Good to see, though, that Garcia is being very positive. He sacrificed a midfielder and put on a striker, Addison Chryson. And I think, as you said, they don't know how to play for a point now.
No, it's just not in their makeup. I think it would be dangerous to ask them to just sit back and soak things up, because as we've seen already, they're not very well adept at doing the ugly side of the game, defending, especially defending balls coming into their area.
What it could mean, John, is something that you perhaps touched upon earlier, because you felt Jay Simpson was kind of plying it on his own. You could see 2 up top now.
Well, yeah, that's what I would like to see. They were trying to get bodies forward to help him out, but there were bodies that were starting very, very deep. And by the time Jay Simpson had received the ball, trying to hold it up, and surrounded by orange shirts, in a very difficult role for him. He's really stuck at it, though.
Nice touch. Can't bring in any of his players. Oh, really well done.
His feet, wasn't it? Yep. Terrific feet from Montiel. The ball given away.
Tiraton's done well. He was trying to play in a couple of his play. Adisak there with his first touch. Jay Simpson.
Oh, goodness, and that fizzles out. I can't help thinking that Carmelo could have done a lot better. I think he's just better off, instead of trying to pick somebody out, then just fizzing the ball across the face of goal, hoping he gets a touch. Doesn't actually have to be one of his own players touching it for it to fly in the back of the net.
Here's Carmelo. Space on the left. Crowd picking up the noise here to get behind their team. It's all a little bit too easy here. Great work. Wonderful stuff from Hirano Kai, but 20 minutes left in this game for either side to try and nick a win here.
Well, he's not done that enough for me. Hirano Kai comes with a decent pedigree. Very, very lively player. Good left foot. He's not worked hard enough off the ball to create space for himself on the flank. Until that situation then, and you realise 1v1 situation, he's more than capable.
About 5 minutes ago, John, you mentioned aimless crosses in.
Yeah.
We just saw a case in point from Jay Simpson. There wasn't anything on for it, really, but surely he's got to look at a short pass for that.
One thing, you know, when you see aimless crosses coming in, usually it's a player that's a little bit tired and slinging the ball in. You know, hopefully something's going to happen.
Great ball through. This is Adisak. Adisak going on his own.